Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Solving Equations 4. When we're solving equations with a variable, that's the unknown letter on both sides. Now then, for example, in question 1, we've got x's on both sides. The x is the variable. In question 2, we've got y's on both sides. The y is the variable there. It is best to subtract the smallest amount of that variable from both sides first. Doing this keeps the coefficient, that's the number in front of the variable, positive, which helps us avoid sums that can be confusing. Basically, it helps us avoid negative numbers. If we can avoid negative numbers, we'll get more answers right. We avoid more confusion, people. Okay, for example, solve these equations. Now, when we say solving a question, what we want to do is we want to find out what the unknown letter is. Okay, question 1. We've got on the left hand side we've got 5x's, and on the right hand side we've got 8x's. Now then, we subtract the smallest amount of x's first. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides first. Now if we subtract 5x from both sides, that keeps the equation in balance. It's like a pair of scales. What we do to one side of the equals, we have to do to the other side of the equals. Okay, 5x, take away 5x, just basically means we can cross that out. We're left with 4 on the left hand side, equals 8x minus 5x is 3x. The minus 8 stays the same. Okay, next part. Now, we've got something that looks just like a normal equation at the moment. We've only got our variable, our x, on one side, so we're going to get that x by itself. We're going to get rid of that take away 8 first. Now, the opposite of taking away 8 is adding 8. We do that to both sides, just to keep the balance, just to make sure everything's equal. Okay, on the left hand side, 4 plus 8 is 12, which is equal to, on the right hand side, we get rid of the take away 8. We're just left with 3x. Okay, in order to solve this, what's happening to the x? Well, it's being multiplied by 3, so to undo that, we're going to divide both sides by 3. There we go. Divide both sides by 3. Back to the blue pen. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 3x divided by 3, well, that gets rid of the 3, and we're just left with x. The value of x in the original statement was 4. I can get my red pen. I like underlining that just to say that's where my answer is, people. Okay, question 2. Now then, it's a little bit of a different question. We've got 7y's on the left hand side of the equation and minus 2y's on the right hand side of the equation. Now then, whatever sign, plus or minus, we've got in front of that y is part of the coefficient of y. The number in front of this y is minus 2. Alright, now then, since minus 2 is smaller than 7, we're going to subtract that first. Now then, if we subtract minus 2, it's the same as adding 2y. Now we've got to add 2y onto both sides just to keep the balance. Okay, add 2y onto the left hand side. 7y plus 2y is 9y. We haven't done anything with the normal numbers, so the minus 8 stays the same. Now then, on the other side, the 37 stays the same, and the minus 2y is cancelled out by the plus 2y. That's why we do it, cancelling out terms, slowly getting down to that variable, slowly getting down to that letter that we don't know. Okay then, now, next line. What's happening to this y? We're multiplying it by 9, and then we're taking away 8. We're going to get rid of that take away 8 first. The opposite of taking away 8 is adding 8, and we have to do that to both sides. Alright, adding 8 to the left hand side just removes that take away 8. So we're just left with 9y is, now 37 plus 8 is 45. Next part's fairly straightforward, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 9 times y. To undo that 9 times, we divide by 9. We have to do that to both sides. So we divide by 9, takes that one out, we're left with y is 45 divided by 9. That's normal 5. Hope you've enjoyed it. Can be quite confusing. If you have any problems with your questions, ask your teacher for any help. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.